Moral of story is true love, patience, and resilience always triumph in the end.
Rapunzel and the Tower of Song. Once upon a time, a man named Silas lived with his wife, Alara, in a small cottage. Right next to their home was a garden filled with the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It belonged to a powerful witch named Thistle, and everyone was afraid to step inside. One evening, Alara fell ill. She looked out the window at the garden and whispered, "If only I could taste that sweet Rapunzel plant, I know I would feel better." Silas loved his wife dearly and decided he must help her. Silas waited until the moon was high and climbed over the wall. But just as he plucked a handful of the green leaves, a shadow fell over him. It was Thistle. Her eyes snapped with anger. "How dare you steal from my garden?" she cried. Silas trembled and explained that his wife was sick. Thistle's expression hardened. "You may take the plants," she said with a cold smile. "But in return, you must give me the child Alara is carrying." Terrified and desperate, Silas agreed. When a beautiful baby girl was born, Thistle appeared at the cottage to claim her. She named the baby Rapunzel, after the plant Silas had stolen. Thistle was not a kind mother, but she kept the girl safe in her own way. As Rapunzel grew, her hair became her most striking feature, long, shimmering, and the color of pure spun gold. She was gentle and spent her days singing to the wind. When Rapunzel became a young girl, Thistle took her deep into the forest. She locked her in a tall stone tower that had no door and no stairs. The only way in was through a single window at the very top. Rapunzel was lonely, but she filled the stone rooms with her beautiful voice. She watched the birds and dreamed of the world beyond the trees, wondering if she would ever walk on the soft grass again. Whenever Thistle wanted to visit, she would stand at the base of the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Rapunzel would wrap her long braids around a golden hook by the window and drop them down. The hair was so strong that Thistle could climb it like a rope. Up and up the witch would go, bringing bread and scoldings to the girl in the tower. One day, a young prince named Lucien was riding through the forest when he heard a melody so sweet it made his heart dance. He followed the sound until he found the hidden tower. He hid behind a tree and watched in amazement as Thistle arrived and climbed the golden hair. "So that is the secret," Lucien whispered to himself. He waited until the witch had gone. Then he stepped toward the tower. Lucien called out the words he had heard. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!" To his delight, the golden braids tumbled down. When he climbed into the room, Rapunzel was frightened, for she had never seen another person besides Thistle. But Lucien spoke softly and told her how much he loved her singing. They became fast friends, and soon their friendship turned into love. They began to plan a way for Rapunzel to escape the tower forever. Before they could escape, Thistle discovered their secret. In a fit of rage, she took a pair of sharp silver scissors and snip-snap. Rapunzel's beautiful golden hair fell to the floor in a heap. Thistle used her magic to cast Rapunzel away to a lonely wilderness. "You will never see your prince again," the witch screamed. Rapunzel wept as she was whisked away by a magical wind, leaving her home and her heart behind. When Lucien returned to the tower, Thistle was waiting for him. She dropped the severed hair down, and when he climbed up, he found the witch instead of his love. "Rapunzel is gone," she hissed. She pushed him from the window, and though he survived the fall, the thorns in the bushes below scratched his eyes. Lucien was left blind, wandering the world in darkness, calling out Rapunzel's name to the empty air. After many years of wandering, Lucien heard a familiar song drifting through the trees. He stumbled toward it and found Rapunzel living in a small clearing. When she saw him, she ran to him and cried tears of pure joy. 2 of her tears fell into his eyes, and suddenly, the darkness vanished. Lucien could see again. He took Rapunzel back to his kingdom, where they were married and lived in a castle with a garden where anyone was welcome to walk.